I have found that scheduling my time this way is by far the most effective way I've been able to get so much done in a single day. Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to go through my entire scheduling process to show you how I balance my time as a work from home mom.
Hi, I'm Lindey, a real life work from home mom with multiple online businesses. I like to buy stuff, sell stuff, make money while saving money, and have some fun in the process. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to learn how you can do it too, and follow my journey with new videos every week. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video.
Now this is a video I've been wanting to do for a really long time now because one of the most common questions that you guys ask me is how exactly I schedule my time to make sure that I get everything that I need to do done on a regular basis. And honestly, I've been kind of putting off doing this video because I wanted to make sure that I actually had a routine that was working for me. Because honestly, you guys, I don't quite have it figured out myself. And I would never want to portray the idea that I do have it all figured out because honestly, I'm learning every single day. I'm figuring out new processes all the time. And it's really difficult for me to put it into words sometimes and actually show you how I do it. And it's definitely not perfect. It's always a work in progress. But for now, I feel like I figured out a regular routine that is working for me. And so I wanted to go ahead and take the time to show you how exactly I schedule my time as a work from home mom. Now, how I schedule my time definitely starts with the month overall. And then from the month, I break it down by week. And then when I'm in the week of, that's when I break it down by day. All right, well, we're going to get into scheduling my March of 2020. And if you like videos like this, I do ask that you please give this video a thumbs up. That way I know it. And leave me a comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this. All right, so when I start the planning process, it always starts with a cup of coffee just to energize me a little bit, because sometimes planning out my month can take some time and I need the energy. Now, I still use a Happy Planner. I have tried multiple other planners before, but the Happy Planner is definitely my favorite, mostly because I can customize it how I need to by adding bonus pages, and you can easily pull pages out and put them back in. That's one of my favorite features of the Happy Planner. Anything that I use to plan my time, I will have linked down below if you are interested in purchasing similar supplies. These have been the items that I've been using for the longest time, and I feel like they help me the most with scheduling. So I've got my Happy Planner. And then I do have a few different kind of add-in sheets that go with the Happy Planner. This one happens to be the one that I use on a most regular basis because it allows you to break down your time by the hour. And it allows you to list your top 3 priorities for the day. And it also gives you a to-do list with little spots to kind of check it off. And then it also gives you, you know, a little place to write some notes just to kind of remind you to be grateful for things. Something else I always use is highlighters, mostly because when I schedule my time, I do it in blocks, and highlighters allow me to see those blocks of times at a glance. And then I don't just use regular pens, I actually use erasable pens. I've tried a whole lot and I don't like erasable pens most of the time. However, Frixion pens, I love them. The way that the ink, the gel ink just like glides onto the paper, it's beautiful. And it erases great. So these are by far my favorite pens to work with. And now I do not want to give the illusion that whatever I write down in my planner is exactly what happens during the day. That is the exact reason why I use erasable pens, because a lot of the times things will change. And I do not like having to scratch things out or draw arrows. It just makes things look so much more messy. And I feel like if I open my planner to try to figure out what I need to do for the day, if it's messy and everything is scratched out, it kind of makes me feel a little bit frantic. Now, total sidebar, I have tried using the calendar in my phone for kind of keeping track of the things I need to do. However, I am such a pen and paper kind of person. I really like having it all out in front of me. The only thing I really put in my phone calendar are things like doctor's appointments or things that I need to have a reminder for. And so I will have my phone handy so that I can transcribe those appointments into my Happy Planner from my phone. That way I have them. But other than that, I really don't put anything in my phone. So I will use a few different colors. I don't go totally crazy with the colors. I'll probably just use at most 3 this month just because I don't need it to be like a rainbow on my paper and have multiple things that I'm looking at. For the most part, I'll be able to glance at it and actually tell what I'm doing. And then of course, there are certain things that I already have in the back of my brain, like school days and all of that, so I don't need to write down when my kids are at school. However, because it is March, spring break is coming up for my kids, so our schedule is going to change a little bit. Therapy appointments change a little bit for Benjamin, and so I do need to make note of those days. And the reason why I'm making note of these on my calendar is also not just because I need to remember when to drop him off at therapy, but because these are actually the blocks of time that I'm going to be able to get work done. When Benjamin is home, it's a lot more difficult for me to accomplish certain tasks. So I really need to know those times where he's going to be dropped off at ABA therapy, because that's actually going to be kid-free time that I can get work things done. So I do have a mental list of the things that I can get done when Benjamin is home, and then a list of things that I have to do when he is not home. For instance, it's a lot easier for me to list items when Benjamin is not home, and so I would, you know, try to get more listing done while he's away at ABA therapy. Video editing I can usually get done when Benjamin is home, so that is not going to be a huge issue. Things like putting inventory away, I would prefer to do when he's not home. Things like organizing the basement, it's really hard to do when Benjamin is home. So those kind of tasks I will try to do when he's away at ABA therapy, and so I just try to make like a mental note of those kind of things when I am scheduling my time. And then here I'm just making note of spring break. So Benjamin is actually home this week for spring break, and my oldest is actually home this week for spring break. So this month I'm gonna have 2 weeks that are different weeks where my kids are home for spring break, which, you know, again, the week that my oldest son is home, it's not really going to hinder my ability to get work done because, again, he's 14, he does his own thing. It's not like because my son is home from school, it's going to keep me from getting work done. But I am still going to make note of that because when he is home on spring break, I do try to take him out to do things so he's not just like stuck in his bedroom all day playing video games. You know, I might try to take him to a couple of movies and do some things with him. So I do want to make note of the time that he is home. And then we have Benjamin's birthday. So we have a birthday this month. I need to remember and not forget, which tends to happen to me a couple of days before the birthday. I'm like, so we'll write that in there. Then also, I have a meeting with my CPA. Yay. So I've got a meeting with my CPA on Thursday the 5th. I just make a quick note of that. And then that's really all of the household notes that I have at the moment. There's no doctor's appointments. I mean, I have Benjamin's regularly scheduled therapy appointments, but I don't need to write those down because those are just so ingrained in here. I'll just write those in the week. Those don't need to be written down in the month at a glance because those are the regular things. The only home stuff that I ever write down that's in the month at a glance is the stuff that's not typical, like random doctor's appointments, like the appointment with our CPA, when Benjamin's ABA therapy is on different days and different times because of spring break, making note when kids are gonna be home and they don't have school like they normally do. those are the things that I will put on the month at a glance. And so for the month of March, that's pretty much all of the household stuff that is different from what's typical. So now the next thing that I'm gonna go in and write is YouTube stuff. And I am going to start with YouTube because it's the most straightforward to me. It's the most regularly scheduled of everything that I'm doing. And so I always like to start with what's easiest and kind of get that stuff out of the way and then add the stuff that could be a little bit more difficult to squeeze in. So the first thing I'm going to do is write out the videos that I am planning to film, edit, and upload for the month of March. So every single Monday, I always do my Motivation Monday lives. And so I'm just going to make note of those. Every single Monday, easy peasy. I just write MM. Because I keep it simple. And then another routine that I have been doing is every Thursday I've been uploading unboxings. So again, I'm just gonna go in on every single Thursday and write unboxing. And see, I messed up. That's what the erase is for. See how awesome that erased? Okay, so now for YouTube, I have all my Motivation Mondays written down. I have every Thursday, I have an unboxing coming out. And now in March, I am trying my hardest to get back into the routine of scheduling other kinds of content. I've been taking the last couple of weeks off because I've been trying to get things at home under control, but now I want to start scheduling more than just the unboxing and the live stream every single week. So I already have a list and I have a notepad sitting here because I've already planned out what videos I want to do, so I'm just gonna go in and write those down. So the video that I'm filming right now is going to go here. Plan with me. Yeah, I am trying really hard to write so that you guys can see it on the other camera here. And I am not used to this. So I don't, see, if I weren't filming this, I would have it like this. See, that's what I would. Oops. All right, so I've gone in and I wrote down in purple all of the YouTube content that I plan to do. And the reason why I want to make sure to write those videos down is because when I go through and break down my week, I need to know by what days I need to have that content filmed and edited so that I can upload it on schedule. So already I have set a time and day for my assistant to come over and help me sort some merchandise in my garage. So I'm just going to make note. So already this Thursday is looking pretty full, right? So Autumn's gonna be here in the morning and then I see my CPA in the afternoon and I need to make sure that I have my unboxing video edited and ready to upload. So Thursday the 5th is gonna be pretty busy, but really what day's not? And then I'm also planning to do a complete overhaul of my basement inventory. And that's just up to me. I'm just planning to do it by myself unless my assistant Autumn can come over. And I'm probably just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna pick a day. What day? Any day. Can't be when Benjamin is home. We'll do it on St. Patrick's Day. Why not? All right, and so that's about it for the month at a glance. And so we are going to start looking by week now. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we have reoccurring therapy appointments. And then on this day, I actually just realized it's actually a little bit different. That's why we use erasable pens right there, because I just realized I wrote the wrong time. So this week, it's pretty much just a typical week. Spring break hasn't started yet. All right, so Thursday, this is the day we have the CPA. Autumn sorting. Motivation Monday live at 2 p.m. I got the unboxing video here. I always write what video I'm doing down here at the bottom. Okay, so the video I'm filming right now, I'm planning to have uploaded on Wednesday the 4th, which means that I need to make sure that this video is edited by Tuesday so that I can upload it Wednesday morning. So that means Monday, I need to edit the Plan With Me video. So that means I know that I need to do that on Monday. So now one of the things that I have stopped doing is I have stopped dedicating entire days to tasks because I felt like planning to spend an entire day on a task was not working for me because I would honestly grow kind of bored of it. If I'm being honest, like if I said Tuesday I was gonna spend all day listing, I would get about an hour or two into listing and I would just be so bored of it. I started like slacking off. I wasn't getting nearly as much done because I found myself losing focus because I was just not feeling it. And so what I started doing was I started scheduling tasks in smaller blocks of times on a regular basis. So now instead of having an entire afternoon where I list 50 things, now I just do about an hour a day. Now the only day that I don't do that is on Mondays because I have other things going on, but Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I spend a definite hour listing. And then Fridays, I might do another hour, except for this week. I'm not going to do any listing on this Friday. This Friday, I only have a few hours, and because next week Benjamin is home on spring break, I know that I need to use those few precious kid-free hours on Friday for doing other things that I cannot do when Benjamin is home next week. So I can manage listing when Benjamin is home, but there are some other things I can't. So this Friday, I'm not going to do any listing, but I am going to do listing for an hour on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm just gonna make note of that. So now if I'm not gonna be doing listing on Friday, what exactly am I going to be doing in this block of time? Well, I'll tell you, that I am going to use for filming. It is nearly impossible for me to film content when Benjamin is home. So if Benjamin is going to be gone for a few hours, I plan to do all of my bulk, oh my God. I am planning to use that time to do bulk filming for YouTube. A lot of the reselling kind of stuff I can do when Benjamin is home, but there are certain things that I do during the day, like filming, where I need total silence or I need time for prepping, and it's really difficult for me to film anything when Benjamin is in the house. So when Benjamin is going to be out of the house, I'm going to use that time for filming because I just can't do it when he's here. So we're going to make note, I'm going to film. And then I'm going to refer back to the month at a glance to see what content I'm planning to film so that I can make note of what I'm going to film on this day. So Friday, I'm going to be filming the content for the local clients video that I've been talking to you guys about and the how to list on Facebook video. So let's see, filming local clients, Facebook how to. And then I am going to also look ahead because there is another video that I want to have out, and there's not going to be any guarantee I'm going to be able to film 3 videos. I'm going to go ahead and write it in here anyway, just because I do my best to not beat myself up if I can't get everything done, but if I can squeeze it in, then I'll be ahead. It's always best to try to schedule my time so that I am ahead and I don't fall behind. How I started with $20. So hopefully I'll be able to film that video in the same afternoon. If I can't, then that's okay. I'm gonna have another opportunity to film that the following week, but wishful thinking. Also, so going back, and I apologize, I am really super scatterbrained whenever I schedule my time. That's why I've been putting off filming this video for the longest time, because I feel like I am kind of all over the place, and I was really, really hoping to present to all of you this beautiful scheduling process that I have. And unfortunately, I am still a little scatterbrained about it just because that's how my brain functions apparently. And so really what I'm hoping you guys see is that I just kind of start with a little bit and then just build on. I just build on. And it could be a little scatterbrained sometimes, but that's when the lists and the things that I do the night before the day starts really comes into play. So you can see here that the month at a glance doesn't really have a whole lot of stuff on it. It's mainly just stuff that is a little bit different from normal. And then when it comes to looking at the week, it's a little bit more detailed, but it doesn't get nearly as detailed until I do the day of. So now something else that I have also started doing lately is I have started doing coaching a little bit more. If you are interested in a one-on-one coaching call, the contact information is down in the video description, but I will take on a couple of coaching calls every single week. And so this week in particular, I do already have 2 calls scheduled, so I need to put those down. I have a call at 9 a.m. on Friday, and then I also have one at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. So I have 2 hour-long coaching calls that I need to make note of. Okay, now that I have the gist of this first week of March, that's where these pages are going to start coming into play. So one of these pages is for a single day. So because I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that are my work days, I'm going to pull 5 of the pages out. And this is one of those things that I really like about the Happy Planners is that it's really super simple to just add pages in. And there's a whole bunch of different pages that you can buy. There's like notes and to-dos and all of that. But what I have here is I have the majority of my week, and then I have on the daily right here. So now here I have the date. This one is going to be Monday, March 2nd. And so now here I've got top 3 priorities that need to get done. So anything that I felt was important enough to write in here is usually going to be a part of the top priorities. So for here, I'm not going to write down therapy though, because that's just a regular standing appointment that we have. So I'm going to say that my live stream at 2 p.m. is a priority because that's something that I do every single Monday. I'm going to need to edit the Plan With Me video that's being filmed right now. That I need to do. And then Monday, I also usually write in shipping because Mondays are a really busy shipping day. I've got sales from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that need to go out. For the most part, Sundays, I will try to get a head start on shipping, but shipping is a huge priority for Mondays because there is so much of it. So I'll go ahead and write that here. Now this is where the highlighters are going to come into play because here when the schedule is by the hour, I want to use the highlighter to block off certain work periods. So for instance here, right about the 8 o'clock hour, I'm going to start it as a block of time because this entire area here is going to be for therapy appointments. So this entire block of my time is basically isolated for taking Benjamin to therapy. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do work. I still do work even though I take Benjamin to therapy. That's one of those things that when you work from home and you need to be super productive, you need to have lists of items that you can do anywhere. And so for me, I will work in the waiting room. And then this right here is another block of time. This is actually the block of time when Benjamin is at school. So I can get stuff done while Benjamin is at school. And then this block of time here, and then that last block of time here. Now my hourly is completely blocked off. It is kind of like a block scheduling system. By the way, when I'm doing the day by day is the night before. So I'm doing this ahead of time with you guys now so that I can demonstrate what I do. But normally, since this is for Monday, March 2nd, normally I would not be doing this part so far in advance. I would be doing this on Sunday night. So Sunday, March 1st, I would actually be doing what I'm doing with you guys right now. And the reason why I wait until the night before is because that's when everything is so fresh in my mind. I would be able to say, okay, what things do I need to do tomorrow? And then I would be able to write down day by day exactly what I would need to do. But just so you know, I wouldn't be doing day by day until the night before. More coffee. So now this starts at 6 a.m. I bounce back and forth between waking up at 5 and waking up at 6, just depending on how much stuff I need to get done. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep it at 6 just because if I do go ahead and get up at 5, I have other projects that I kind of want to work on. So I'm not gonna worry about putting that in here because if I wake up at 5, I'll just use that extra hour to kind of do an extra project that I've been working on that's still top secret and I'm not ready to tell you guys about it yet. But if I do need some more time to get that special project done, I will go ahead and wake up at 5 and I'll just use the extra hour for a project. That is something else that I wanted to make sure to stress to you guys is that there's only so many hours in the day. So if you are wanting to take on other tasks and do other things and possibly branch off into another area or work on another special project, you have to kind of squeeze it in. And that's one of the reasons why I started getting up at 5 a.m. to begin with, was because I needed more hours in my day to accomplish things that I wanted to do. And so if I want to get those things done, I'll wake up at 5 and use that extra hour for this bonus project that I'm working on. If not, I'll just wake up at 6. So one of the things that I've started doing every morning is yoga. Yeah, believe it or not. So I'm gonna write yoga down at 6 a.m. Yoga usually goes for about 30 minutes. And so after that, I always shower. And then the very next thing I do is shipping. Now, the reason why I'm not gonna block off more time for shipping because it's a Monday and I just mentioned how there's a lot of shipping that needs to be done is because on Sunday, I am going to make it a point to get most of the shipping done. And when I say most, I mean like all of it. I'm going to plan to get all of the shipping for the weekend done. So here at 7 a.m., this first hour of the day after I've woken up, that's just gonna be the stuff that has sold overnight. So all of the shipping up until that point is going to be done. Usually it's about 40 to 50 packages for me. So at the 7 o'clock hour, I'm really only gonna have to worry about shipping the items that sold while I was sleeping. So that's gonna be plenty of time for me to do that. Now, this block of time here while I'm sitting in a waiting room with Benjamin at therapy appointments, because this isn't like his ABA, I can't just drop him off and come home and work. I have to actually stay in the waiting room. So when I am sitting in a waiting room, I try to plan out things that I can do. So I'm just going to, for just demonstrating to you guys, I'm just gonna write down some typical things that I would normally do. Because this is still a few days away, I'm not exactly sure exactly what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna write down what I might typically do. So while I'm in a waiting room, waiting on Benjamin's therapy appointments to get done, I might post to Facebook Marketplace. So before we leave in the morning, I might take some pictures, and then while I'm in the waiting room, I might list some things on Facebook Marketplace or correspond with some local clients that might be wanting to schedule a time to buy things from me or pick up items. I might also work on video notes. So if I'm planning to film videos this week, when I'm sitting in a waiting room, that would be the time where I would be having a notepad and I would be writing down, you know, ideas for the videos that I want to do. You know, that's the entire reason why I already had videos planned out that I could schedule for the month, was because of a situation like this where I was sitting in the waiting room and I was making notes and getting an idea of the kind of videos that I wanted to do in March. So you know, I would work on jotting notes down. I do that kind of thing all the time. Rarely do I ever record videos where I don't have notes, except for like unboxings. If I'm doing an unboxing, obviously I don't need notes for that. But if I'm doing a video on a specific topic, or if I'm vlogging, then I wanna make sure that I have notes so that when I am going through the process of filming a video, I know exactly what I wanna say. So I would use the waiting room time to do that. Might also use that time for cross-posting just from my phone, just sitting there cross-posting items from one platform to another. So whenever I'm in a waiting room, waiting for Benjamin's therapies to get done, that's typically what I'm doing, is one of those 3 things. So then after we get home from Benjamin's appointments, I always schedule his therapy appointments so that they're right up back to back to when he goes to school. So we literally leave the therapy office, come home, and he immediately gets ready to go to school. And so immediately following that, he gets on the school bus, and then I have this entire block of time where I'm kid-free and I can get work things done. So now, this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I do not schedule a lunch break for myself. I know if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you will have a lunch break. However, because I only have from 11 to 4, that is considered a part-time schedule, so I do not schedule myself a lunch break. I will usually just stuff my face with leftovers while I work, or I'll just drink coffee or a green smoothie or a protein shake of some kind, but I will not stop because this is, you know, I only have so many hours to actually work. So I will not schedule myself a lunch break. Yeah, that's just what I do. So at 2 o'clock, I have my live stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that in. And I need to edit the video. Edit plan with me video. So as soon as Benjamin leaves for school, I'll just start editing, and I'll probably eat some leftover food while I edit. This video that we're filming right now, I am seeing is taking an obscene amount of time. I anticipate that this video is gonna take me a couple of hours to edit. So we're just gonna say that from 11 to 1, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this video. So that little block of time is going to be for editing. Hopefully I'll get done editing by 1. If not, then I'll just keep editing up until my live stream, but I'm going to hope that I get done by 1 o'clock, because then I'm going to hopefully squeeze in some time to list. So I didn't write listing over here because that's just kind of like an added bonus. If I can get some listing done on Monday, I will. But if I can, then I can. If I can't, then I can't. It's like one of those things, you give yourself a little bit of grace. If you can get some extra stuff done, awesome. If not, no big deal. I try to not give myself too much to do, because then I don't feel like I didn't accomplish things if I didn't get it done. Does that make sense? So if I give myself 20 things to do, but I only get 5 of them done, I'll feel like I didn't do a very good job. But if I only give myself 5 things to do and I end up doing 10, then I feel ultra accomplished. So if I can get some listing in, then cool. If not, then not. So then my live stream usually goes for about 30, 45 minutes. So then after that, I might go ahead and list some more. Or if I'm not done editing this video, then I will continue to edit after that. And then as of this point, Benjamin comes home. That means that my kid-free work time is officially over. So this next block of time is cooking dinner and family time. So I always start cooking dinner about 4 o'clock, and then we usually eat right about 5 o'clock, which is early for a lot of people, but we eat dinner around 5. That's just kind of our routine. It's what we do. And then after dinner, that's when cleanup. So this block of time is cooking dinner, eating dinner, cleaning up after dinner. And then this last little part of the day, there's a usual routine that goes into play here. About 7 o'clock is our cuddle hour. Yes, that's right. We have a legit cuddle hour. It's where we sit on the couch and cuddle for about an hour until it's bedtime. And then after bedtime, after 8 o'clock, that is adult relaxation time. relax. But most of the time, if I'm being real, I'm not just like chillaxing after 8 o'clock when kids are in bed. That is usually the time where maybe I'll go pull inventory for shipping in the morning, all of the stuff that's sold. I might go pull that kind of stuff. I'll break out my planner and I'll start planning tomorrow. So like we'll cook dinner, we'll eat dinner, we'll clean up dinner, and then we have our cuddle hour, and then after kids go to bed, I'll relax, I'll go pull inventory, I'll break out the planner and start planning the next day. That's kind of the routine that happens. So that is how I go about scheduling that day. So now, let's pretend and see how easy these pages remove. I love them. So now let's pretend like it's Monday night and we're going into Tuesday. So it'll be Tuesday. Also, don't forget that this is like a little to-do list here. I didn't write anything in here for Monday just because I was honestly skipping ahead because I feel like this video is going to take forever. So, but here you might write something like Skillshare, which Skillshare is actually sponsoring today's video. So I've talked to you guys about Skillshare before. It's an online community. It's a learning platform with over 20,000 courses. You can learn how to boost your creativity. You can learn more about marketing. You can learn about taking better photographs, about different aspects of being an entrepreneur if you're really wanting to cultivate a profession and work from home. Skillshare is a really amazing resource in order to be able to do that. There's just so many online courses on this platform, and it allows you to learn and grow and develop yourself in such ways. It's an amazing platform to be on, and because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, they are giving all of my viewers 2 free months of membership. You just need to use the link that's down in my video description. You can try it out for 2 months. 2 months of free classes, and it's unlimited. You can learn and go explore as much as you want for those 2 months. If you have things that you're wanting to accomplish on a regular basis, you might want to go watch a Skillshare video, or you could get it done. Say, I want to clean out my fridge. I mean, hello, who doesn't want to clean out their fridge? Or if I need to put inventory away, I'll say put inventory away, or get an oil change. Get an oil change, or learn how to change your own oil by getting on Skillshare and learn how to change the oil in your car. You can seriously learn how to do anything on that platform. It's amazing. So that's another reason why I really like these sheets, is because you can kind of give yourself a to-do list. But anyways, okay, so going back to Tuesday. So then we'll look at this little block of area here to see what our top priorities are. We're going to be listing for 60 minutes. And editing an unboxing video. And then we have a third space, but I only wrote down 2 things, mostly because, you know, I am kind of doing this a little far in advance. Again, I wouldn't be doing this until Monday the 2nd in the evening, but I'm doing it now just to kind of show you how my entire process goes. So depending on what I accomplished or didn't accomplish on Monday would dictate exactly what I would write in that third top priority. But I am expecting that I am going to be working on a bonus project on this day. And again, it's a secret from you guys. So I am just going to say project 1 because it's on the down low. Now, blocking off my time is gonna look a little bit different on Tuesday because we aren't leaving for any appointments. So I'm just going to block off the time where I am kid free. So here in the morning, Benjamin is going to be home all morning, which is really going to dictate exactly what I am able to get done. But I mean, same thing here. Start off the day with yoga, shower, and shipping. And then as of 8 o'clock, Benjamin is home and awake, so this would be the time where I would decide what exactly I'm going to do while Benjamin is home. You know, this day I might check my emails. I might go ahead and start editing that unboxing video. So just because this block of time is here and kid-free, I have 2 different workstations in my house. I have my office that I'm in right now that I spend most of my time listing and doing kid-free stuff. But I do have a work area upstairs where I can get work done when Benjamin is home. And that is actually where my Mac is, which is where I edit all of my YouTube videos. All of my YouTube videos are edited on Final Cut Pro. So I do that upstairs. So I can actually go ahead and start to edit my video. So what I do is I'd check my emails for a little while, and then I would start to edit my video. And then I might edit my video all morning, and then when Benjamin gets off to school, that's when my kid-free time comes in here. So I might go ahead and finish editing, and then I might do listing for an hour, and then this entire afternoon is where I might be working on my project. So I might be taking my afternoon to do this, and then same kind of, you know, let's use the highlighter so we can actually see what we're doing. So then here we've got dinner, and then we have our cuddle hour because that's a thing. And then this evening time, again, after kids go to bed, that's when I will sit down and I'll watch a movie, and then I'll start to plan out Wednesday, and so on and so forth. So that's the gist. The gist of kind of how I end up scheduling my time. So it does take some time to kind of get into a rhythm, right? It takes some time to start to figure out exactly what you need to accomplish and what you need to do. But I have found that scheduling my time this way is by far the most effective way I've been able to get so much done in a single day. I do believe it is extremely unrealistic to plan out your entire week and have it go perfectly. However, I feel like if you get the gist of your time, you know, if you look at your month at a glance and you plan out your month to the best of your availability, and then you look at your week and you get those key things that you need to have done during your week pinpointed out, and then the night before you start your day, you take a page like this, even if it's just a piece of notebook paper where you just write out a to-do list the night before. Having tasks that you need to accomplish the following day ready to go when you wake up in the morning is extremely important. If I woke up not knowing what I needed to do, there is zero chance that I would be as productive as I am. So at the end of the night, after kids are in bed, when I'm starting to unwind and have adult time, I'll put on a show, I'll put on a movie, you know, and I will bring out my planner and I will sit down with the highlighter and the pen, and I will say, what tasks do I need to accomplish tomorrow? And breaking it down by hour is extremely helpful. I say that, you know, it's okay to just use a notebook paper and write a to-do list. Yes, it is. But I do find that I get a lot more done when I am scheduling by the hour. So if I tell myself I will list for an hour and that's it, I find that that hour is even more productive because I am focused during that hour, and it doesn't feel like it's this never going to end task. Like, oh, I'll list for a little while, and then a couple hours goes by and I'm totally over it. I don't want to do it anymore. I start to lose momentum. I lose productivity. But if I say I'm going to list for 1 hour and I set an alarm, which I definitely do, you know, I'll tell Siri to set an alarm for an hour, and when that alarm goes off, I'm done with that task and I move on to the next thing. I find that I get so much more done. And if you take the time to plan your day the night before, you will start to accomplish so many more things. Just Trust me, I have been a work from home mom for almost 4 years now, and I do not think I would get half the stuff done that I do if I didn't do it this way. Right, you guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging in there with me. I know that this video got to be pretty long, but I definitely wanted to show you the entire process that I go through because you guys asked for it. I wanted to be sure to give it to you. So if you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put some useful links in there, like all of the supplies that I use whenever I track my time, as well as the link to sign up for 2 free months of Skillshare. And thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate you guys. And do remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more content, and I'll see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.